the art and science of an amazing margarita. Hello everybody, whether it's Cinco de Mayo or any time of the year, and you enjoy margaritas, you will want to watch this. I am Chef Marcus Guiliano from Aromatime Bistro in Ellenville, New York. So let's jump into what makes a good margarita. Okay, first of all, we all understand tequila is the main component of a margarita, and people go out of their way to find this brand, that brand, this Blanco, this Reposado, which is an aged tequila in oak. I like Blancos. I think Blancos provide the crispest, cleanest expression of agave. Now, how do you get the best Blancos to pick for this? Of course, tequilas range in price, you know, from $25 a bottle to $100 a bottle. Do you really want to use that $100 bottle of tequila? Will that make a better margarita? Personally, I don't think so. What I like is I like something that has the true agave expression, a little bit of that bite, that agave bite, right? I don't want something super smooth because I want the agave to come out in the margarita, all right? First of all, first and foremost, I choose stuff that is additive free. There's, by law in Mexico, you're allowed to put 4 different categories of additives into tequila that never hit the label. You will never read about it. So you have to understand your tequila to be able to jump into this additive free. Go to Tequila Matchmaker, go to docagave.com. Tequila Matchmaker, by the way, is the authority on tequilas. They give amazing ratings. They have their expert panel and they give ratings. Typically the highest rated tequilas are typically the best when it comes to additive free, or they're additive free and they're the best. And they are not that expensive. For example, G4, 89 points. You can pick this bad boy up for, I don't know, 40, 50 bucks retail, depending on what state you're in. Now that's a bargain. Its cousin, Taralta, which is made from 100% deep well water, is a few bucks less than this. Same producer, El Pandillo, Felipe Camarena, G4 or Hey Cuatro, and Taralta. Both amazing tequilas. Now Taralta is gonna give more minerality and add a little more complexity to your margarita. So, Tequila Matchmaker, look up the good brands. Doc Agave, look up the good brands. All right, there you go. So start with a good Blanco, all right? Next, the second ingredient, the second flavoring is going to be triple sec or orange liqueur, or also known as Curacao. Now, people have different thought processes. Some say, I only want a Cadillac margarita, so I want Grand Marnier in mine, or I'd like Cointreau. Now, Grand Marnier is brandy that is flavored with orange. Cointreau is a liqueur that's flavored with orange. Both are French, 2 different regions. A brandy region versus a region that doesn't make brandy, so it's making a neutral grain liqueur, sort of like vodka and infusing and making a liqueur. All right, sort of like limoncello, but it's with orange, to round it up in layman's terms. All right, now, what are the benefits of both of those? Grand Marnier adds depth because it's brandy, it adds depth in body and structure. Cointreau adds brightness and more orange. So both serve a purpose. What if you would mix both of those together and use both? Well, you'd have the perfect match for a margarita. Now, do I expect you to do that at home? Maybe, maybe not. Or in a restaurant? Probably not. So, what if you were to take a third component and rum to add some roundness? So you have depth, roundness, and brightness. So we have a product here called Brovo Curacao. This is made by Bartenders. This is from Washington State, and they've got their act together because there's rum, liqueur, and brandy in here. All 3 different oranges, 3 different sugars, 3 different spirits. This was made for margaritas, baby. This is amazing. This is available in probably 20 plus states, maybe even more in the US. Small producer, great product. What if you can't find that? You must avoid the cheap triple secs. You can walk into a store right now and buy a triple sec for $9 for a liter. That is fake. Those are fake orange flavors. It is adding with sugar, glycerin. It is a fake product. Oranges never really saw something like that. You must know and buy something just as good as the tequila when it comes to the orange liqueur you're adding in. Now, some people are gonna skip the orange liqueur altogether and just squeeze a little bit of orange in. Hey, if that's what you like, perfectly fine, do that. But if you're in a restaurant, or if you wanna follow that orange liqueur, you need as just a good liqueur as the tequila. This costs almost as much as the Hey Cuatro, as much as tequila, so almost equal priced. So do not skimp out on this, because let me tell you something, that synthetic orange, that cheap orange, as soon as you add it, will ruin the flavor. It'll taste like a terrible mix. Next, limes. Limes, simple limes. Juice some fresh limes. Get a lime juicer, juice them, go to the store, buy $2, $3, $4, $5 lime juicer and squeeze away, and there you have lime juice, or squeeze by hand and strain, all right? When they start turning yellow, that means they're ripe. That means they're sweeter. A lot of people desire that, but it of course doesn't look as good, but a lot of people desire that lime right there to make the best margaritas. All right. Next, most of you are going to want to sweeten your margarita because you like it a little rounded and sweet to take away from the lime and the agave, then the tequila. So we like agave nectar. Agave nectar to go with an agave spirit. All right, a little more costly than sugar. Actually, a lot more costly than sugar, but we like it and we love it. Now, the last part of this is the salt rim. The salt rim. Now, there's a lot of vast different salts out there, from kosher salt to all these fancy salts. If you want to stick true to a margarita and play that regional theme, go for Baja. Go for their natural grain Baja salt. This is from Baja, from Mexico. Same country that makes tequila, the only country that makes tequila. Well, Baja salt is loaded with a lot of trace minerals. Some people put a little pinch in their water in the morning and drink it to vitalize their body and bring in a bunch of nutrients, minerals. So there you go. This is a high, and it says it on there, mineral salt. And this is the perfect grind. This is almost similar to kosher, but has those larger grains, which is perfect for that margarita rim. Okay, I know you probably can't see that right there, but there you go, right there you go. All right, there you go. Now what do you do for a glass? I'm not a fan of those cactus glasses and the traditional margarita glasses. I do not like those glasses. I only make one margarita at a time, by the way. I don't make pictures of margarita. I feel a margarita should be made one at a time to order. So this is my favorite glass for a margarita. It has a little bit of curvature to it. All right. This one would work just fine as well. This is a low ball. There you go. You want something a little fancier, like a coupe glass. There you go. Martini glass, coupe glass, right there. That would work as well. And it's a simple recipe, folks. Very simple. You start by squeezing the lime. 1 lime, 2 ounces of tequila, 1 ounce of high quality triple sec, a little bit of a teaspoon of agave nectar. If you like it sweeter, if you don't like it sweet at all, you don't have to add this. Shake it up with the rocks and pour it in a glass that's rimmed with salt. Of course, you can skip the salt, you can skip the rocks in the glass if you want. That's up to you. But those are the main things that make a great margarita. That is the science and art of a margarita, high quality margarita. All right, that's it, folks. Enjoy all year long, or whether it's Cinco de Mayo, enjoy.